One's ready. Go!
All right. Hey, everybody. Continuing on our kind of misconceptions journey that we're on. Journey. God, I hate that word. I hate a lot of words. I hate a lot of those therapy words. Ugh. Anyway, don't forget to head over to DFNDUSA.com. That is defend.com to get yourself some compression wear, recovery wear, hoodies, waffle tops. They've got hats. They've got stuff to sleep in, train in. Fantastic gear, made in the USA. Defend USA, promo code ONESREADY. You get yourself a discount. Let them know that we sent you, and help your recovery out and all this good training that you're doing, that you should be doing, especially if you're looking to join a pipeline, which most of you probably are. Actually, I don't even know what that demographic is. I don't know how many of you are parents. I don't know how many of you are high school students. I don't know how many of you are already in. Ugh, that's scary. Anyway, so this is episode 5 of 5, talking about the misconceptions, and give you kind of an idea of what we were talking about. Was we'd gotten some feedback from the Air Force Recruiting Service, some recruiters, some people that had, no longer in the pipeline, whether they were medically disqualified, quit, failed, not selected, or, high school students or whatever weren't really counted in that because they're not in there. So what misconceptions could they have? But we wanted to try and capture it. And so we put a story out there and we got a whole bunch of input. And so we wanted to kind of capture it, and we made it into 5 different episodes because of how much it actually was. And we tried to categorize it appropriately. So this one's going to kind of be like how the pipeline shaped, how the pipeline shaped recruits, regardless of the outcome, kind of thing, is where we're going with this. So we'll go for there, and I'll read some of the quotes off that people sent, and we'll go from there. So basically, this is for people going through the pipeline, whether they succeed or not, kind of lessons to stick with. Resilience through adversity. Many recruits credit the pipeline for reshaping their mindset. And this is a quote. The pipeline taught me resilience. It's a mindset I carry with me everywhere. So whether you made it through the pipeline, you were moved for medical, medical failure, quitting, non-select, whatever, it is undeniable that you are going to be a better person afterwards. Better person in terms of you got physically prepared for it, or hopefully you got physically prepared for it. Maybe that's why you're not in there anymore, but you got physically fit. So you got your body better. You got your mind better through it. Plus getting into the pool or getting into that environment, got your mind right. You put yourself intentionally into a hard and difficult situation, and you made it 2 days, 1 day, 5 days, 4 months, whatever it is. You intentionally put yourself into that, and whether you think you did or not, you definitely grew as a person, and that is great. Now, it's still going to sting depending on how you departed the pipeline, or however that kind of situation went, but it is, so you may have some regrets or some feelings, some very strong feelings about how that worked or how that panned out, but regardless, you definitely benefited from even attempting to do it. So I completely agree with this. I can't tout this enough, is that the pipeline taught me resilience. It's a mindset I carry with me today. It's a mindset I carry with me everywhere. Fantastic. Love it. Can't get enough of that. Some people talked about how much pride they had in the journey itself, just going through the pipeline. Even those that didn't achieve their dream, right, and didn't become what they wanted, they still would do it all over again, and they found value in the experience that they had. Um, one of the things that I think we I think we talk about it a little bit, but we don't talk about it enough, is the connections that you're going to make. And that seems like a very transactional, like when you talk about your connections, but whether you made it through or you didn't, you are going to make lifelong friends. And it sounds dramatic because, hey, you're 18, 19, 20 or whatever it is. And but there are people that you have been going through the pipeline with that will stick with you for the rest of your life. And there's no I mean, the people that you grew up with, yeah, you got a connection with them. But when you have that kind of shared communal, just getting your ass kicked and you're looking out for each other, like there's something there that is special that will carry on for the rest of your life. And that's basically what this person said. Quote, "I'm still proud of what I accomplished, even though my dream didn't pan out." I, man, that sucks, but that dude is going to carry those experiences, the people that he met with him. And you know what? I don't know who wrote this, but there's potential that they could end up coming back. I don't know if, or maybe they don't want to come back and they're fine with that. And they're like, you know what? I tried, it didn't work out. Great, I'll move on. Some people just can't stop, and that's fine because we want people that just won't stop. Now, at some point, you also have to come to some kind of reality, right? There are things that at some point you're just like, well, dude, it's just not going to happen. Um, I don't think that is a giving up mentality. I don't think that's a quitting mentality. It's just also facing the reality of like, hey, the Air Force is not going to allow me to do it. So I either need to accept that, or maybe I need to vacate the Air Force and go to the Army or something like that, and then try and go be a Ranger or a Green Beret or something like that. Like, that's an option too. If the Air Force is finally, because the Air Force has, and we talked about it before, the Air Force has very stringent medical standards for Air Force Special Warfare, which I don't agree with. We basically took it from the aviation community and the pilot community and said, hey, we jump out of planes, so that works for us. That it is not the right answer, and it should change immediately, and it should have changed a long time ago. And hopefully, I believe the career field managers are actually working on that to get that across the line. But it's a big blue Air Force program, so it takes some time. Universal lessons, the pipeline lessons apply beyond training. This person sent a quote and said, the quote, "The growth I experienced prepared me for challenges in every area of life." Yeah, I agree. So when we talk about, we get a lot of questions about, hey, what do you do, or what do generally PJs and controllers and TACPs and SR do when they get out, whether they retire or they get out of the Air Force? And it's tough for us to answer because there's such a wide swath of people with a bunch of varying jobs. You got a lot of entrepreneurs. You got a lot of people doing contracting, whether that's, flying manned ISR, working sensors, working radios. We get people that go into sales, working for Harris, LG, Raytheon. We get people that go work for Raytheon, Tallies. We get people that end up working transition to the government civilian sector, on base, and end up working in some kind of capacity there. We get people that end up being contractors, still working on base, work for, Booz Allen, Hamilton, HII. I can't remember what HII stands for, but there's a whole bunch of contracts there too. So, and then other people completely remove themselves from any kind of DoD government contract or anything like that, and end up going a completely different direction. Like, so we talk about those things I'm sorry, the things that they use to make sure that they're successful in that regard, whether it's entrepreneur, contracting, government, civilian, whatever, are those SOFT skills that they learn. The soft skills are things like navigating personalities, navigating contentious situations, navigating, when you get a bunch of people that don't necessarily get along. Usually we know how to navigate those. I'm not saying sometimes we're the instigator in it too. Sometimes we're the actual problem. Not getting stressed, having a certain amount of level-headedness about us, the connective tissue that we have in terms of the network that we have. We have a problem, we can reach out to somebody who we believe has the solution to that or has an idea on that. So understanding how government works is another thing if you're if you're going into that world, right? So there's those soft skills will translate very easily into retirement, separation, into whatever job you go for. It could be firefighting, could be law enforcement, could be whatever. But those soft skills that you learn, whether you're in the Air Force, the Army, Navy, or in the kind of special warfare realm, especially in the special warfare realm, it will just help you. Everywhere you see, every aspect of life, it'll help you. When you're able to see a stressful situation or see people just kind of shutting down or overwhelming from anxiety and stress, and you're able to kind of handle a lot more and just kind of like assess the situation and go, okay, well, that's not as bad. And you come in with a level-headedness and even keel, and you're able to solve the situation or provide direction for people that are kind of shut down. Like that's a big deal. And you don't always see that at the beginning. And it doesn't translate very well. Like, okay, you're going to put that on a resume, hey, I'm pretty good at being stress inoculated, so I have level-headedness. Like, I don't know. Maybe there are corporations and companies out there that are like, dude, I'm looking for those keywords on somebody's resume. I don't think there are, but maybe there are. So, let's see what else here. Reflect on the transformational power of the pipeline. Yeah. Anyway, that's kind of it. Like I talked about in episode 4, probably going to do a bonus episode where I'm literally, and it may be boring, but I'm going to read out every single input that we got, just because we got so many of them, and try to pick out some of the highlighted ones. But I know that we missed a bunch because some people wrote a whole bunch. Like, not only did they put stuff in the Instagram questions, but they also like DM'd us, and which is awesome. Like, I'm not saying that's bad, but it was a lot to go through. So we kind of picked the highlights. But anyway, hope it was value added to you. Don't forget to head over to ONESREADY, buy yourself pizza merch, like, subscribe, hit that notification bell, hit that like button, and we'll see you later.